to take an old historic building, the 15th district, which we built a new district on Madison Street, a brand new building, and just think, what are we going to use this for? Another generation of children. And these are not only their children, but all of our children. We have to think as a society that children are brought into the world. And sometimes parents don't have the wherewithal. And sometimes they stumble and fall. But there always has to be a helping hand. And the helping hand is all of us. And that's why this new facility is the key of giving dignity to the mother and give dignity to the child, and say that these are all of our children. That I want to thank all the staff and all the help in this wonderful organization that is here today that will truly represent a city. You know, we talk about buildings and talk about big things, but isn't that makes a city? It's the heart that makes a city. And some cities don't see this. Chicago saw this and said, we have to do a better job of dealing with mothers and young children. To me, that is way we will be judged as society, how well we take care of our children and our elders. That is way we're always judged. And we have to be judged this year and the following year and how well we take care of our children and the elders. And to me, when I look at the children, just think, they have no bias. They have no hatred. There's no meanness. There's no gangs. There's no drugs. There's no guns. The children are looking at each other. They don't see race. They don't see ethnic origin. They don't look at religion. These are innocent children. What happens to us in society? Why is it that some way our children change as they get older? Why is this? And we have to ask ourselves, can they read the Bible? Are they close to their family? Are they close to their grandparents? Are they close to their aunts and uncles? Is there extended family? All of us have to think of our children, because those are the ones who represent this country in the future, in the world. We cannot turn our backs on them. That's why, for years, I believe in education. If I give a child education, they give the independence of life. They don't have to depend off the federal, state, or local government. They have independence. They can gather any job. They can do anything they want in life. When they don't receive education, and we know what happens to them, why do we have to have more people telling us today what happens? Simple as that. They end up on streets. They lost their soul. They lose their body. They lose their mind. And that's what happens to them. And we can figure that out. We don't need more studies. We don't have someone tell us they're going to give us a grant to study why people fail. And government should not be studying. Government should take action. Action as quickly as possible. And that's why the new moms facility will really help us tremendously. The city sold the land, is supporting the construction project with $4 million in loans and tax credits. And to me, and recycle. Take this building, take this whole facility here, and say that we can really rebuild the soul of a community instead of doing something differently. I'm very thankful to the Chicago Housing Authority for their assistance in subsidizing over 40 units, so that, like anything else, people don't have the wherewithal in this economy. They're lucky they can pay their rent. So how do you get a new mom with a child? How are they going to afford this? So they need help. And that's what government's supposed to do. Help the people when they need the help the most. And don't forget about them. And that's what Congressman Davis has done in Washington, D.C. This will create jobs both in the community, and I want to thank the entire 37th Ward for doing things extraordinary. And to me, the extraordinary things of building businesses along Cicero Avenue, North Avenue. And that was a big fight for Walmart. Now, and all of a sudden, they come there and all the other stores come in. And all of a sudden, people are working. We get tax revenue, city, state, federal tax revenue. All of a sudden, you change the whole complexion. Someone said, this can't be the West Side. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What are you talking about? It is the West Side, and it does take place, but it takes political courage to do it. You don't have to run from somebody. This is our community. We want our construction workers working here. We want our community to be employed in the community. We want our community to be part and parcel of all the things that we do. And you need a vision. And the vision is here in this community because the pastors, Emma Mitz, and all those that saw something that when one company comes, more will come. And that is the whole issue in regards to this community. Especially over the past 14 years, we have 3 new brand schools. Prieta Math and Science Academy, McNair West, and Academy of Fine Arts. We have all renovations at all the different schools like Howell, Lewis, Hanson Park, Hay Academy. We opened a new branch library in Chicago Avenue, which is a great new branch library. The Park District has renovated, preserved many from La Hala Park, Augusta, Davis, and the George Play Lot. We really work with the CTA on the Green Line, Grand Avenue, rebuilding Grand Avenue from Central Lamont, and the whole idea of rebuilding the community. And the block clubs and community organizations, I've had the great privilege of being mayor 22 years, but you need passion. You need passion about a city. You may see difficulty, but you don't let that difficulty overcome you. You need passion about seeing things and then saying, we can change this. And sometimes it takes a little longer, but you have to have the passion to stay with it. But if you don't, then you just become a bureaucrat. You don't see the crying babies, and you don't hear them. You don't see a senior that is struggling to get affordable housing. You don't see a young man that wants a job, who wants to work. You don't feel their hurt. You don't feel a person who's been reentry in our society. We have the largest reentry program. I call them reentry men and women. They're not ex-offenders. And Congressman Davis has been strong in this. These men and women want to come back to their church. They want to come back to their family. And if they can't get a job or someone can't discipline them, then what happens? They go back, and we fail another generation. They lost their father, they lost their mother, their brother or sister, their aunt or uncle, even their grandfather, and just a friend. And so that's why it's all about people. It's not about buildings. And this is about people. It's about children and their moms and their future generation of our city. So I thank you for giving me the great honor to serve you for 22 years. It seemed like just yesterday, but it's not been yesterday. I wish it was. and to thank you for the great commitment that you all have made to our city. We love the past. You respect the past. You live in the present. But the future is much brighter. And we, as a city and a nation, have to say that. We have to get out of the doldrums. We have to be more positive about one another. Yes. Don't let a negative thing happen in one community be negative about everybody. It's not true. It's not true. There are good people in every part of this city. And don't let one negative thing try to claim the community. And there are challenges in every community and every part of this country. But I firmly believe there's no other country like this, a city having a dedication like this, because they don't feel, they don't hear, and they don't hear the cries of children. But you do, and we all do. Thank you very much.